Hey everybody, so today we want to take a look at importing a DXF file into Easel and setting up two different cutting routines. You can see we have an inside pocket here, we have a pocket around this outside edge, we have an inside profile, and we have an outside profile. The estimated cycle time is 16 minutes. We're using a 1/4 inch end mill. And if we play this through, you can see it does this pocketing routine first, then it works from the outside in to cut this other pocketing routine, and then after it's done doing that, it does the, looks like it does the outside shape. So I must have missed the inside cut here. Okay, pocket, inside cut, outside pocket, outside shape. Okay, looks good. So how do we get here? So let's just do a new project. Now, my machine is a 3018, so I had to kind of lie to it about the size of the table. So I gave it a larger travel, a 48 by 48. The first thing I want to do is come over here, and I'm just going to tell it that I have the same amount of material as my table. Okay, and then as far as the 0, we're going to just say center, and we'll enter the thickness of the stock we're working with. Okay, so that's our first setup, and essentially it's like telling the software the whole table we're able to machine, and the 0 point is going to be the center of wherever we're going to jog our tool over to a position. We're going to set 0, and then the part's going to be cut around that. Okay, so that's the stock setup. Also, the cutting tool, I'm just going to use a 1/4 inch end mill, so I'll pick that one, and looks good. This is using the control in the center mouse wheel. I can kind of zoom in or zoom out. So we have our stock set up. We're saying our 0 is top center. Now we want to import our DXF file. So we're going to go to import here, and we're going to go to DXF import. We're going to choose upload. We'll select the file. This one happens to be C3E, and we'll choose OK. And then we're going to choose upload. So we get a little preview of our geometry. The lines mode is joined, and then this is the default. We could pick one of these different options, but we're going to just leave it on that and choose import. So now what this does is it imports and programs it as a profile, but what we need to do is move all this stuff over to center. So we're going to say -9, really half the dimension, -9 there. This is minus, let's say, 3. Actually, I don't remember the exact dimensions, but we're going to use these numbers here. Let's go -10, which I'll know the exact size of it, but I just don't have that right in front of me. So I'm just going to kind of fudge it until I get it kind of close. But essentially what I want this DXF file to be is in the middle of the table. Okay, and we'll use these position locations in order to adjust. Let's see. I don't think 0, 0 works. Actually, it does. Excuse me. So don't kill yourself on that. Just by default, it had it on this corner here. We're going to say position from center, and we're going to go 0 and 0, and that will move it right on center. Okay, there is a size here, and this will do scaling, but we don't really want to scale the file because the pockets on the outside are for this is the ceiling of the job, so these pockets are specific sizes to mate with the walls. Okay, so we got it on 0. Let's kind of click away. Now we have a couple of different shapes here, so we want to come in and program each of them separately. And you'll notice if you click on one of the shapes, it highlights with all these gray points around it. So we want to highlight this one here. We're going to go to cut. We're going to adjust its depth to let's just say a 1/4 inch for now. And then we're going to change the style to a pocket, and that will be the first one. Okay, so then we just click away on the screen. You can see it updates the preview over here. Alright, so now we want to do that again for the next shape. So we'll select this one. Again, we'll adjust the depth of how deep we want it to go. And then we're going to change it to a pocket. Alright, so that gets that one. The next thing we want to do is select the inside shape, and be careful that you don't move it. Okay, so if when you click on it, you could end up moving it. I can't tell if I ended up moving it or not, so I'm just going to put it back on 0, and that should be correct. Alright, so again, the cut, this is going to be, we want to cut to the inside of this shape, so that way, because it's an inside shape, we want to cut to the inside, and then this one is going to cut all the way through, so we're just setting it at the depth of the project. We'll select the last one here. This one we want to cut on the outside, so we're going to go cuts on outside. Alright, and then that one's going to go all the way through as well. So those are the programming steps for it, and again we can see the simulation. Right now it's saying 4 to 6 hours. Let's just go ahead and simulate this. This blue geometry is the tool path. So we'll go ahead and press play, and what we're looking for here is the cutting order. So right now it's doing like an offset style pocket. It does that shape. Once it gets done with that, it profiles the inside shape out. Once it gets done with that, it does the outside pocket. Once it gets done with that, it cuts the outside profile. So right now it's saying 3 hours, almost 4 hours to run this job, and that has to do with the cut settings. So we're going to click on cut settings. Okay, we're going to go to manual, and this is where we're going to adjust our speeds and feeds. So we're going to just set the cutting to 50 to begin with. As far as the style fill method, we're going to say raster, which is back and forth. We're going to say plunge on the tool entry. Okay, and then the depth per pass, we're going to just set it at the tool diameter. So we'll set it to 1/4 inch. Okay, so 1/4 inch depth per pass, 50 and 50 for our feed rate, a raster method, and we want it to plunge on entry. Okay, so after we've done that, we can re-simulate the job. I don't know if that matters so much, but you'll see the cycle time is now down to 16 minutes. Okay, so if the software was connected to our machine, that's where we would go into our, our Carve. But you have to have the machine connected, and you'll follow the steps shown in that other blog post. So just a quick rundown here. Let's see how you do.